back to the cartoon workshop. Today we're going to have a little go to requests. Everyone's into the music in some way, so we're going to draw a really crazy guitarist. So just stay with me on this one. It's a tricky one, but I think if we work together, and you can pause whenever you like, I think we can do this together. I'm starting in my usual way with the eyes. There's a little eyebrow on top, just sitting on top of that eye. So it's a basic little circle, and next to it you can see part of the other eye appearing. I've done the eyebrow slightly higher just to break up the cartoon a little bit, because I want this guitarist to look really mad, as in crazy mad. Okay, the nose is going to be slightly pointing upwards, so here comes the nose. Just follow me on this one. It's coming back on itself. It's like a backwards C shape, really. I'm just curving it up a bit. Now you can make this nose as big as you want. You know, you can make this your own character. But stick with me to start with, and you can alter it as you when you redraw it, as I'm sure you can practice it over and over. There's the top part of the lip there, and we're going to do a nice mouth coming down in a sec. I'm just going to put the little side on the nose there, and we're getting ready for a big stupid grin coming up like that. So we've already got the top part of the head. You know, it's not far into the cartoon. If you can keep up a little bit, just pause it again if you're falling behind or you're not sure about anything, need to see it again. Okay, these are the teeth. It's got a nice grin. Okay, and it stops a little bit short of that top lip. It doesn't go all the way. So there's the top lip and the teeth. And what we're going to do now is come down with the bottom lip, but we're going to stop short. You know, just a little short line there, because we're going to make a little addition. You may have seen the front cover of this cartoon with it all coloured in, and you'll see this is the tongue hanging out. So it's like an M shape. That's all it is, an M shape there. Doesn't make much sense at the moment looking at it, but it will when we get a few more lines on there. And this tongue is going to be quite wobbly and quite long. And you'll notice everything is sort of being pushed back. You know, the tongue's flying back, the hair's going to be flying back. It's going to have a lot of noise coming out of a big speaker. Okay, so that's the movement that we want in this cartoon. So 2 wobbly lines for the tongue, and it's closed at the end with a C shape for the end of the tongue, and that's just the little line down the middle. And again, you can make that as long as you want, as silly as you want, it's no problem. I've only shaded that because it's the inside of the mouth. There's not a lot of light gets in there. Okay, you can't see much of the bottom lip, but I just want to continue that mouth so it just sort of completes the shape when you're looking at the cartoon. So a wobbly tongue, mouth open, there's a little crease in the cheek there. And the face is starting to come together. Now for the ear, the really simple shape, if you've not drawn it before, it's just a C shape with a small C inside. And that's an easy way of drawing a cartoon ear. And the way it's positioned and everything, you can't really mistake it for anything else. Okay, this is the hair. A bit of a heavy rocker, so we're going to have loads of hair coming back. And this can be a boy, girl, whatever you want. The hair is coming back, flowing back, because it's been, the noise from the speaker is causing a real impact. So the neck is now coming down from the ear, bottom of the ear, behind the tongue and down. I'm just doing a straight line to make a really simple face shape, like the face is going straight into the neck. It's quite a funny way of drawing a cartoon. So it's almost like a wind that's going to be blowing from that speaker. Like the air is pushing all the hair back, the tongue back, even the t-shirt back, as you'll see, because I'm going to draw this line here. So the front of the t-shirt's tight against the neck, and the back part's quite wobbly, it's been pushed back, so that's tight against the neck. Those lines, I'm going to again shade that in because there's not a lot of light getting in there, and it's starting to give your cartoon a 3D effect. So now the arm, this is going to be tricky because it's going to be playing a guitar, an arm and hand playing the guitar. There's the shoulder. So take your time with this, like an N shape. That's some like zigzags going back because again, the t-shirt, even the sleeve on the t-shirt's getting pushed back. It gives a real sense of movement. Now there's the upper arm, there's a little elbow there, a little C shape. It breaks up the arm from the top part to the bottom part. And now we can continue down. There's the forearm. Put a little bit of shape on it. As you can see, it's going wider than narrower. The t-shirt can wobble a bit, but it is getting pushed against the tummy of the character. And now we're going to look at the tricky part of the hand. Now, drawing hands is always tricky, but I'm going to show you a really easy way of doing it. So just follow me step by step on this one. I'll get a little bit closer. So this is the thumb. So it's like a little long C shape. That is the thumb sticking out. And now if you can draw the letter W, quite a long W, okay, you got two fingers. It's just a W shape. You can draw W's. You've written W's all the time. Here's another one. Another long W. You'll fit it in somehow. You get used to that. Mine's a bit wonky, but you can tell it's a hand. You've got 5 fingers there, or 5 digits. And that's a nice, easy way of drawing a hand. 2 W's and a little back to front C. That is it. So have a go at that. And straight away you've got a hand. Nice, easy way of doing it. Now you've got the guitar shape. It's kind of hidden behind the arm there, so you just work with me on that. Just a nice curve at the top and a curve near those fingers at the bottom. A little dip in the middle. You see, I'm going a little bit wrong there. You probably will. But it comes with practice. You can draw this again if you enjoy the workshop. And you can really, really practice and get it really great. So I'm curving back up again now. Tricky shape of guitar. And down again like that. And up with that one. I'm leaving a gap in the middle because you've got the stem of the guitar. Or the neck of the guitar. So get something like that shape. It doesn't matter if it's wobbly because everything about this cartoon's a little bit wobbly. This music is so loud, he's got that amp or his speakers turned up full blast. Now as for the neck of the guitar, don't go too far up, just do a couple of short lines, almost like a maths equals sign, that isn't it? Which is closed at one end. And the reason we don't go too far up is because we've got to draw the other hand. Now a hand gripping the neck of a guitar could be quite difficult. But there's an oval shape, that is a thumb. And we got another oval shape, one next to it, that's 3 fingers and a thumb. And we'll have one sticking out, so it's a long U shape. And that is a hand gripping the neck of a guitar. And I hope yours looks something like that because it's quite fun to draw. It's something that's really, really difficult and tricky. But if yours looks something like that, that's great. Carry on the neck of the guitar going up. And of course now we need the arm. Wobbly t-shirt again, don't forget. So you've got that shoulder sticking out from the other side. You can't see all of it. Here's the arm, little elbow there. It's quite funny, putting a little elbow there, it just breaks up the arm, doesn't make it look like one long stick. And there. That is a funny way of holding a guitar. You can tell he's just strummed that guitar really hard. So back of the t-shirt, just do a few jaggedy lines. It's not as straight as the other one because it's flying back a little bit. Again, we're creating movement here on a cartoon. And for a cartoon that's just still, it's not animated at all, we're giving some movement. A lot of the legs been hidden behind the his hand and the guitar, so you just carry it down wherever you think it might come out at the other side. And we're going to put some shoes on there, about a pair of trainers, so that's like a little tongue sticking up on the top of the trainer, a little square, and then just a little lump at the front. It's an easy way of drawing a pair of trainers, because the focus is mainly on the action of that body. Just close that a little bit there. A couple of laces on there, just bits and pieces of detail that you might like to add. So that body's coming down. We'll do the other leg coming down quite straight, quite baggy trousers, baggy jeans. Be interesting to see what colours you put on here. I'd like to see them if you'd like to send them into the Facebook site, Cookie Cartoonery. Okay, there is the bottom of that training shoe. A couple more laces, and it's starting to really come together now. A little bit of shade under that other foot. It's slightly in the background, so that line is slightly higher than the foot at the front. There's a pocket. Little bits of detail do add to the cartoon. It's more for people to look at. I want to say a big hello and a thank you for Bosbury School for following the cartoon workshops. I believe your cartoons are fantastic, and I'm going to get to see some soon because you're going to send some in, which is brilliant. Also Ledbury Primary School, who've been following the workshops and doing great work. I'm really glad you're enjoying them. So there are some details on the end of the guitar, some little frets coming down. I've not put any strings on there, but if you want to add some strings to the guitar, you can do. Just those little details add to the cartoon, make it look like a mad character or crazy character playing a guitar. And of course, I'm a big fan of cartoons, especially other people's cartoons, and I'd like to see what you've come up with. So if you get a chance, send me some pictures. I'd like to see what your crazy guitarist looks like. I'm putting a strap on here now, little guitar strap. Again, more details, little bits and pieces to finish off the cartoon. If you do get a chance to subscribe, it would be great, because I know you're out there and it inspires me to think of more crazy things to work on, and there's more of you to give me stupid ideas as well of what we can work on together. Or if you're illustrating one of your own stories or books, I can help you with that. We can come up with a new character and give them exciting things to do. Here's that speaker coming up that I've been talking about. So that's just a line coming down just short of his head and just higher than his feet. A short line, because then we're going to go up at an angle and down at an angle. It's a bit of a 3D. It's like a square, it's like a rectangular box, a speaker, but we're giving it a bit of shape and movement. Don't worry about the lines being wobbly. I'm doing that on purpose because it's so loud, it's shaking everything, this music. Okay, so now we've gone down on that angle, we're going back up, and where we've come up on this angle, we're going down again. And you've got a 3D shape there. Then all we've got to do then is join up that line. What we need to do now is just a little bit of shading underneath there to show it's off the ground. It's so loud, it's just bounced it straight off the ground. It's bouncing up and down that speaker. And the details we put on here, a circle or an oval there, like an egg shape there, and another one below it. Those are two big speakers in that speaker box, and they're booming out that sound. Smaller circle on the inside. Now they look like two fried eggs, those, don't they? I've speeded this up a little bit. They're just lines like a grill going across those speakers. Straight lines one way and cross them off the other way. And it looks like you're drawing over your own cartoon, but once you start colouring and shading, it'll make perfect sense. So let me know how you've coloured it. Let's have a look at your work. Give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next workshop.